What's up? Listen, my social media accounts actually just my Facebook reaches 150,000 people every single month, and I don't rely on it as my sole marketing strategy. I don't actually rely on it as a large portion of my social media strategy or my marketing strategy. Same thing with Instagram. Instagram's been flagging my shit. I made a post earlier today and it was a carousel post and it had to be in order, and Instagram decided to delete 2 of them as spam because I think I said the word bullshit in one of them. More and more I am pulling away from social media, and I realize that feels ironic that I'm talking about this on Facebook, but hear me out. So I have told you I reach 150,000 people per month on this platform right here where you're watching this, and maybe 5% of my followers will actually see this video. So if you compare this to 3 years ago, for even last year when content was king, last year we really focused probably 2020 to 21 to 2022, 23, even 2024, we really cared about visual aesthetics online. We really cared about like the perfect branding photo. This was a big part of my business, like creating content that resonated and magnetized your audience. And it just doesn't fucking matter anymore. And I'll tell you why. These platforms, we do not own them. We do not own them. I'll give you an example and why I am even talking about this. So first of all, if you're new to me, I'm Leslie Jesperson. I am a media coach. I am a keynote speaker coach. I am also a keynote speaker and a media personality, meaning I don't just teach, I still do. I am not someone who retired from the industry and is now teaching it to create a stream of income. No, I'm still doing the things, and I want to teach other people how to do this. I get people asking me every single day how to do this work, how to grow their brand without relying on social media. And I have a bachelor's degree in this. This is not something that I just fell into. This is something I've been studying for 20-ish, how old am I? A little under 20 years. And so there's something called a media mix. And it's crazy how people don't really understand the purpose of a media mix. I remember when I was first starting my social media agency and I had a collaboration with a local magazine, and I had a column called Digital Marketing Minute. Well, they decided that it wasn't a good fit because if people, this was their thought process. If people learned more about social media, then they wouldn't purchase print ads. First of all, it's such fucking dumb. That's a dumb thing because you need to be hitting all different areas. That's the media mix. That's the marketing mix. You can't just rely on one platform to do your marketing. But it was also, I laugh now because 2 years later, they went headfirst into social media and put a lot of their time and energy and money into social media. I want to be like, I fucking told you so. And then there was another time when I went to BNI, and which, don't get me started on that. And I was told, it's really not a good fit. This is like 2016, 2017 when I just started my business. Really not a good fit because if people learn too much about social media and digital marketing, then they won't want to network. How fucking stupid is that? All of this to say, you cannot rely on one thing to reach your target audience. If your only method of marketing is creating, hi buddy, you can't see Vinny, he's here. If your only method of marketing is a social media manager, if your only method is like, if you spend 2 hours a day figuring out what you're going to post and writing the perfect post, you're wasting so much time and money. And that is why The number one way that I grow my brand, that I grow my audience, that I make money, that I sign clients is from being in the room with people. I devote my marketing budget for my business, which, by the way, you should have a certain percentage of your annual income devoted towards marketing. And if you don't have that in the budget, you don't have a viable business long term. And so I devote a lot of my money to getting in rooms with people that I want to work with. That's why you see me traveling all the time. That's why I was in Nashville in February for the Renaissance Women's Summit. Shout out to Sydney and that whole team. Because I know that Sydney brings in high quality, high caliber women that I want to get to know. And I'm not going to be able to create that connection through an Instagram DM. Can I continue the relationship and foster it and grow it through social media? Absolutely. But I'm not relying on social media as my number one source of leads. I'm just not. That's why in less than a week, on Tuesday, I'm flying to Florida and I'm spending a week in Florida at Meant for Magic, because that room is full of my ideal clients. Do you see what I'm saying here? So the way that I invest my time, my energy, and my money to grow my audience in 2025 is getting in the rooms. That's why I created Leveled Up Live. That's why we do Brunch with Babes, because there is absolutely nothing like connecting face to face. I went to a meeting this morning with a woman I have been connected with on Facebook for probably a year now. And I hope if she's watching this, please don't take offense to this. This has everything to do with social media and how it has changed in the last 5 years, and nothing to do with you or me and how we interacted. I knew who she was, but I could not remember her name. And so I spent 45 minutes yesterday going through my Facebook Messenger DMs to try and find her, because I couldn't remember her name to search. I was searching her job title. I was searching, I knew who she worked for. And by the time I found it, I knew she sent me her number. So that's what I was trying to find. And I texted her last night. We met up this morning. I learned more about this amazing woman and the work that she's doing, and vice versa, in 15 minutes in person than I did of 6 months of being Facebook friends, because her shit was not coming up in my feed and my shit was not coming up in her feed. Social media in 2025 plus should be used to foster relationships. It should not be your source of bringing in leads. I'll say that again. Social media cannot be your only source of bringing in leads unless you have tens of thousands of dollars to drop into Facebook ads with an offer that is already highly converting. You're going to be blaming the algorithm your whole life, your whole career. That's where you're going to be. And so that is also why I have created Everyday Celebrity Membership, because I took everything that I have learned and all my experience in the entertainment industry, working with these celebrities, working with these people to get them on TV, to get them on radio, to get them on podcasts, to get them in rooms and position themselves. And I want to do it for you. I want to do that for women in business who have a powerful fucking story, who have the thing, they have the confidence, but they don't. It looks like it's snowing. It's just because I have that tree. I promise it's not snowing. Honestly, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm done if it's snowing right now. So that's why I created this membership, because you've got to stop relying on social media and choking on my spit. You have to be able to position your brand. I say this all the time. Put it in a box with a beautiful bow and hand it to TV producers and hand it to podcast producers and podcast hosts, and position yourself in rooms, in opportunities where you can actually grow, where you can actually get in front of new eyeballs. And that's actually where I'm going with my Brunch with Babes chapter. We're going to be going to other people's events because our network is amazing. We're constantly meeting new people, but we also recognize the power of getting into other rooms And so I'm going to be posting my upcoming appearances and where you can join us. That's why I also teach people how to become keynote speakers and cultivate signature talks that support your brand, that will drive people straight to your email list, straight to your payment platform after they see you on stage. That is how you're going to be growing your business for like mid 2025 on, through TV. Through TV is changing. That could be a whole different life. So Everyday Celebrity Membership is where you are going to do things differently. Stop investing in how to create better social media content. That's my personal opinion. Because if you're spending hours and hours a day, which I catch myself and I'm like, fuck this, because I'll spend all this time writing a powerful post, and Meta can do whatever the hell they want with it. No, instead, I'm on Threads creating connections, and I'm getting into rooms. That's why I'm speaking on stages. That's why I'm going to other events. So the Everyday Celebrity Membership is for you if you are doing all of the things and still not getting the results that you want. I'm going to show you how to use a proper media mix to bring in leads from other people's audiences. Okay, because you cannot rely on your Facebook friends. I've been doing this for, 5-8 minutes. I've been talking, 1 viewer. Facebook is not pushing my shit out. Who knows? Actually, let's do a little experiment. If you've watched this far, drop in the comments what day and time you're seeing this. I am going to drop the link for Everyday Celebrity Membership so you can take a look. That is where your future of your career is going to be, in that membership. If you are interested in learning to be a keynote speaker, to develop a signature talk that converts into paying clients, I am opening up a second cohort of Center Stage Portal, and we'll be doing that. I'll probably open enrollment in like August, and we'll start in November right after Leveled Up Live. If this is all, if you want to do baby steps, you need to just buy a ticket for Leveled Up Live, because that room I'm cultivating, you're going to make incredible connections besides, all the mind body business that you're going to get. And then I haven't talked about this at all yet, but I'm hosting a media retreat in April 2026, where I'm going to invite my celebrity friends to come, and we're going to be doing TV interviews. I'm going to be coaching you. We're going to be workshopping, but you're also going to get these interviews for you to use and promote. And you're going to be on other people's podcasts, on other people's digital TV shows. It's incredible. It's going to be amazing. I'm so fucking excited for it. And I'll tell you, my downfall is that I want to go full send on this, and it's literally a year away. So I need to pump my brakes. So, all right. Happy Friday. Please comment the date and time that you watched this. I know I just talked to my screen and absolutely no one. And that hurts a little bit. But that's the future of social media, and you got to play the game, meaning you got to do everything. You got to do the full mix. You got to get the magazine articles. You got to get the online mentions for your SEO to drive traffic to your website. You got to get the speaking gigs. You got to get the podcast interviews. You got to get the TV appearances. You got to do all of it if you want to be seen from 2025 and beyond. Okay? Love you. Bye.